Okay, so now time to make the presentation to the overall winner of the Father of the Year and his nominator. And I ask the member for South West Coast, Rona Britnell, to come up and help us make this presentation. The overall winner will receive a family weekend in Melbourne with accommodation at the Parkview on St Kilda Road and family passes to the zoo and aquarium and a really nice trophy. But let's please make welcome the member for South West Coast, Rona Britnell. Rona, before we do the announcement, can I ask Rona a few questions? Yes. That's good. Rona, we've seen you in the media, been forceful in Parliament, been thrown out a couple of times. We're not going to talk about politics, but tell us about your dad, your story, your family.
Okay, well, I'm really fortunate to have my father here today. Jim's a member of the Rotary Club, so Jim's here this morning. Over here.
Where's Jim? Stand up, Jim. There we go. Round of applause for Rona.
So Father's Day is a really special day for me because I get to celebrate, and I call Jim Jim because Jim has only been my father for only 32 years, so a very long time. I get to reflect on Father's Day and how lucky I am to have had the opportunity to be mentored and fathered by Jim from a very influential age of about 18, I think I was, Jim, and you came on the scene.
Just elaborate on that for us, if people who don't know.
I'll explain. So I lost my father when I was 9. Mum was 41 with 4 young children. I was the youngest of those when Dad died, and so Mum battled on for a number of years until Jim came on the scene, and it's so important to have that father figure, and so Jim's been around as long as I can really remember. But I do reflect every Father's Day. In fact, I think Adrian said it before, there isn't a day you don't think about your father or your grandfather or someone special in your life. So, it's 40 years, but I reflect every day. But I'm very, very grateful for Jim's influence, and a great influence he was with very strong morals, strong values, and a strong influence over my life.
That's really good. When you're growing up, people in those positions are really important, aren't they?
Absolutely. It's Jim who all of us as children and our kids as well, and they see Pa is very, very special. And it is actually because of that strong moral background that they give you and you look up to, and the role model that Jim particularly is in our lives. And we kind of joke, and it is a joke, but we reckon we love Jim more than Mum. We say that a lot, don't we, Jim? I think it's to stir Mum too, but I'm actually not sure we don't mean it, Jim.
Rona, it was mentioned before that mothers play an important part. The mother and the fathers obviously play an important part in children growing up. So it is a partnership, isn't it?
It is a partnership, and I think more and more it's a team effort. And today, in the roles that we have, as families change and evolve, I think that's something we need to recognise. And we probably need to celebrate the award a minute ago with the role model, because families have changed and we need to respect that and adapt as a society and change with that and put supports in place for families really young, because it's a challenging role being a parent, being a family, supporting your children, and this day celebrates that so beautifully. This is one of the best events of the calendar year in my view. It always brings a tear to my eye. I was sitting there with the glasses trying to pretend that no one could see that I was getting emotional, because it's a lovely day, so wonderful to celebrate.
All right, okay, it's time now to make our presentation to the overall winner. Ian, I think Rona's got the envelope. Yep. We'll pass the red out. The overall winner.
Can I congratulate everyone though before we say the overall winner, because every day the whole recalibrate comment was fantastic, Francis, because parenting is tough. We do get it wrong. We do think, not quite right, shouldn't have said that, shouldn't have done that, could have been better. But today is a day too, Father's Day and Mother's Day, and every day is a day to recalibrate. So can I congratulate all the nominees and everyone who plays a role in some young person's life here.
Well done, well said, Rona. And now we're over to the drum roll. We've got the drum roll. This is the sound effect of the radio station. Rona, who's the overall winner?
And today the overall winner is Adrian. Welcome. Congratulations. Congratulations. It's very nice to hear your story too.
And
Well done. Very well done.
George, can I ask you to perhaps read a bit of the entry that you put in for us? It's there, or it might be up there if you want to read it off the board there and just go over it for us.
Yeah.
My dad makes me feel special because I'm really proud of him. I'm proud of him because he has suffered from migraines for 30 years and he still has them. He doesn't let that stop him from helping others. His passion is to help others suffering from some illness.
Well done. Round of applause. Well done, George. You also go on and says, my dad loves being highlighted. This is why we should be proud of you. And guess what? He is. Well done. Terrific. He's truly the very best dad in the whole wide world. Firstly, congratulations, Adrian. From what George has said, you help others who have migraines and other ailments. Tell us a bit about how you do that.
I mentioned before my little boy, he's 3, and one of my earliest memories is being about his age and having a migraine. And I didn't know what they were, and I grew up on a farm near Cavendish, and Mum and Dad did their best, they didn't know what they were. Long story short, it took about 35 years to find out I was a celiac, so I couldn't eat gluten and wheat and all those sort of things, and growing up on a farm, that's exactly what I ate every day. And that journey through health or misery has shaped me. I'm a naturopath and personal trainer, and I have spent my life making sure other people don't go through what I went through, and the pain and suffering that goes with it. I look physically fit and healthy, but it's very hard for me to be in this position. I spend a lot of time in bed with migraines, unfortunately. I didn't think my children noticed, and I do my best to hide it, but they see everything, as it turns out. I'm 45, and that doesn't mean anything except to say this, that I put off having children for a long time because I just wasn't well enough. My wife was very patient. We've been married for over 20 years, and we wanted many children, but I just simply wasn't well enough. I used to be a PE teacher, and in Brisbane I can remember being out on the field one day with my students, and I was so sick. My kids were so wonderful and loving. They're like, Mr. Hallam, are you all right? Are you all right? This is a long time ago now. And I knew then that this couldn't go on, couldn't simply go on anymore. I didn't know what was wrong. And so I quit teaching, which is still a source of great sadness to me, because I loved my students. And I spent a long time investigating what was wrong with me. And as it turns out, it was as simple as that. I was just a celiac. So I had been to many doctors and specialists, and they couldn't figure it out. And I went to a naturopath, and he figured it out, or with my help. And I thought, that's what I want to do. That's what I want to do. I want to make sure nobody else goes through that. So I work with doctors and specialists and all sorts of people like that. I don't know all the answers, but I never stop looking. And now I have 3 beautiful children as testament to perseverance. And I think they're attributes that a parent should have. To never give up. You don't have a choice. You just cannot give up. You get up and you get on with it day after day. You don't look for praise, and you just hope that you get love in there somewhere. I love my children. I don't know what I'm doing most of the time. And sometimes at night you lie down and think, well, I won't do that again. So if you use love and kindness in your heart, it'll get you through most things. And if you smile, like my grandfather used to tell me, it's very hard to be angry if you're smiling. And I can still remember that. And he taught me how to shake hands, and those are the lessons you remember. Indelible lessons imprinted on your brain and your heart that last a lifetime. And I look around and I accept this award, not just on behalf of my children and my wife, but on all the dads out there who get up, work hard all day, come home, and the kids are in bed. They might get to see them for 5 or 10 minutes. And one of the dads is in Sydney driving his trucks, and I take my hat off to him, because that is a thankless job, and he is working hard and he is delivering. So I accept this award on behalf of dads just like that. Thank you very much.
Congratulations on what you've done. I'd just like to ask Georgia, this is probably a difficult question, but you must be really happy that your dad's won the award. How does that make you feel?
Proud.
Proud. Good on you.
Ladies and gentlemen, please round of applause for Adrian, Georgia and the